everybody, this is Chad. Today I want to talk about green chromis. I call them green chromis, although they look very blue. Depending on how they're shimmering and turning, they'll go from blue to green, which is why sometimes you'll see them sold as blue-green chromis. They're affordable fish. They're usually around $3.50 to $5 depending on the size. I have 9 of them in my tank. My goal is to get the population up to an even dozen. They are a shoaling fish, which means they will hide in the rockwork kind of individually but come together as a school when necessary for protection, for feeding, as opposed to a true schooling fish which spends all of its time together as a school. Despite their affordable price, they're actually not what I consider to be a true beginner fish. And the reason for this is that they, one, aren't all that hardy. They don't travel well. And you'll often get them in very stressed shape because of the fact that they like to hang out with their own kind. They get stressed when they're not with their own kind. So it's very often that you could buy 4 or 5 of these at the pet store and have only 1 or 2 of those survive. The other reason is their feeding habits. They are planktonivores, which means they eat plankton, which is microscopic floaty little animals in the water. So they do best in a very mature tank that has its own source of plankton, or in a tank where you are willing to add plankton. They like to eat at least 3 times a day. If you have a mature tank, then you can feed them 1 time a day and let them eat the rest on their own. When I purchase new ones, I will feed them frequently until they get healthy, but the rest of the time I will feed them once a day and let them find their own food. Right now I have my pumps off because I just finished feeding them. Let me get the remote and I'll just show you what these guys do when I turn those pumps back on. It's almost like the surf hitting the rocks, so let's watch. And there they all go, hiding from it. But one of the things that happens when those pumps come back on is it throws a stream of plankton into the water, and you'll see as soon as the pump comes on, they'll dart around trying to get all the little things that they can get. This is a great fish. It's one of my favorite fish. It is a beautiful fish, but I personally consider it to be more of an intermediate fish, or a fish for somebody who has a little bit more time to take care of them. Now, from what I've read, there isn't any sexual dimorphism, but I'm not sure that that's exactly true, because as I look at the fish, I do notice differences. There is a luminescent stripe that runs from the mouth back a little bit on some of the fish, and others have slightly different shaped and colored fins, and you'll see that one even has a little bit of orange on the margins of the fins. So I would have to do a little more research to see if the lack of sexual dimorphism is just a hobby myth, or if it is correct and these are slightly different species of chromis. I don't think that the latter is the case. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.